welcome everyone. I'm Riddhima Futnani and you're watching Desi Business Chats. Today, I would like to invite our first guest, Ashok Agarwal. He's a serial entrepreneur and also a chartered accountant. Let's dive into his story and get to know him a little more. Can you tell us about your journey for the past few years, what you are doing, about your business?
Great. So firstly, Riddhima, I would really like to commend you for taking up this initiative.
Thank you.
At this very early stage of yours.
Thank you.
So starting such projects at early on stage is very good for the future.
Thank you so much.
So I'm excited here to be your first guest.
I'm also excited to interview you.
So about my business and my journey, Riddhima, frankly, it has started way back about 20 years now. So very early, I would say. And so I'm a chartered accountant by profession. So I started my journey with auditing companies. I was with Ernst & Young, which is one of the big fours in the CA fraternity in the industry. So I've been auditing quite I would say, large conglomerates, including pharma companies, including the Toshibas of the world and others. And then I got a good opportunity of shifting to Dubai. So where I was heading, again, a global conglomerate group into agri-commodity space. So we were one of the largest rice companies in the world. We were the number one rice trader at that point in time. And I was heading the finance for the group. So handling portfolios across different jurisdictions. So based out of Dubai, handling 30 offices and 6 departments of our various businesses. So that was a good experience. But all this while, business was always there. I would say, as they say, what's your blood group? A positive, B positive. We are like M positive. So Marwadi positive is like business is in the blood. So that's wherein we were just looking out to opportunities to see where we can enter into the business. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
So that has changed path for many of us. And likewise, we moved back to India. So shifted our base, and that's wherein I got an opportunity to enter into the business space, doing on our own.
Yeah.
So rather than working for a company, then we started Avion Retail, which is my company right now. So the main thing about business is that you would have to identify what do you want to do, right? So where do we enter the space where we can add some value to the business? We've found a lag. Being in Dubai, we have seen, for example, in the paint industry, there was only one player in Dubai, which is Jotun Paints. So that's wherein we realized how come Jotun Paints is not in India, or if it is in India, not very famous in the region where we are there at least. So we have identified that it was always world's leader, world's number one paint brand, but their policies, their strategies are not, which is getting push the product to the customers. So they are not into advertisement, they are not into displaying the products. So that's the reason, as a layman, we would not see the brand across, but through the architects and designers feel, they would know the brand for sure. And that's wherein we got an opportunity to take up the master distributorship of this product. And we started it from there. So that's the start of the journey, I would say. And now we're doing quite well, 4 years now. It's doing well for us.
Amazing. Yeah. Now I've heard that you've traveled 50 plus countries.
Yeah.
And had a quite a bit cultural knowledge.
Yes.
So what advice do you have for us entrepreneurs, and what do you think we should inculcate from your experience?
See, traveling the world is for sure, that was one great advantage I got when I was in Phoenix. Yeah. So as I said, we had 30 offices in countries and we were operating. And the best part was that even the banks where I was handling the portfolio of finance, we had banks from across the globe. So we have banks from US, we have banks from London, we have banks from Singapore, from Swiss. All the Swiss banks were in our portfolio, and obviously the Middle East banks. So that gave us an opportunity to travel across the globe. So, and our operations, both put together, maybe not 50, but 35, 40 countries is what at least I would have traveled. And met knowledgeable people. Yeah. That was the main purpose of traveling. So when you get to meet knowledgeable people, get to meet people handling various portfolios across years, like the head of Standard Chartered Bank, who was the global head of Standard Chartered.
Yeah.
So that's an opportunity. Not everyone would get that opportunity, right? So how do you utilize that opportunity? So that's wherein you get to learn small bits from everywhere, which makes you a little more, I would say, in a better position. So for the young generation, one thing I would say is have peers and motivators around you, and knowledgeable ones for sure.
Yeah.
So that will help you to learn more and maybe find your passion towards something which will help you like get into a good or make you a great business.
Yeah.
So having good set of people around you is very much needed.
Yeah, truly said.
And obviously, whenever you get an opportunity, travel the world. I would say, like when we say that what do you do in your free time? So obviously there is a cost involved in it. If you're able to afford that cost, traveling is the best thing to do.
Yeah.
Because it's not necessary that you have to travel across the globe only. Even in India, when you're traveling, that will make you meet more and more people and more knowledge. So yeah, that's how it is.
Nice. Now what would you want to say? Like, how has networking played a role in your business?
Yeah, networking is the key for even business or in our personal lives also. In fact, in our CA days, when we were doing a course, there is a course called GHMC, or they would call something like that. In that course, the main topic was networking. And as they say, if you have good networking, you can reach to anyone in the world. So, like for example, if I know you, that's called one chain. If you have a good networker, then with the help of maximum 7 chains, you can reach anyone in the world. So that's one global fact which they have made up. So we tested ourselves. We said that okay, if you want to meet, let's say Bill Gates, how would you do? So he immediately thought and said that okay, I know this person, he knows that person, and that person knows the fourth person, and he knows Bill Gates because they both are in the same club in US.
Oh.
So that's how I can reach Bill Gates.
Yeah.
And we asked, how can you reach Sachin Tendulkar? He said, okay, I know the person in Mumbai who is X, and he is in the common club where Sachin comes daily.
Yeah.
So that's how networking will help. And there are a lot of opportunities these days, I would say not 5 years, 10 years down the line, what you had today, where you can easily network more. So there are so many social platforms and other forums which are happening globally, so which will help you network more and more. And once you do consistency in your networking, 5 years, 10 years down the line, you yourself see that you have so many people whom you know.
Yeah.
So that's your contact list basically, how big it is. So networking will play a key role. Today I would say in our business, majority of our business, what we get is through networking only, not through product. Because because the competition is so tight that if your competition is close to, let's say in our business, the builder, even though your product is good, it will be difficult for you to sell. So that networking will help that, okay, we know you personally. That personal comfort will get you business.
So do you think the teenagers now, like my age, from 12 to 19 years old, should have LinkedIn and like connect with people?
100%. I would say the age is no longer a barrier, first of all. And the number is decreasing day by day.
Yeah.
Like for example, what you're doing now, at some point in time, this was something to be done by maybe a post-grad student and not by a 10th pass-out student, right? So that's how the age is decreasing, and it's always good to start early. Like for example, Insta and your social media. You start from now, you're creating this content now. Slowly over the period of 5-10 years, you'll see you'll have so many X followers with you.
Yeah.
And by the time you reach to a stage where you want to do substantial, you already have a big database of yours, right? So as early as possible, it's a good start. I would say, in fact, LinkedIn is also a very good place to be at the moment, because you would see knowledgeable people already on the platform. You will see how they are interacting. You will see what they're talking about, what's happening in the globe. You will start understanding. And you never know what's your passion and strength, which will take you, right? It's very early to obviously determine and be sure that, okay, this is what I'm going to do, right?
Yeah.
So it will help that, okay, when you see different industries, different people, there might be a place that you will say, okay, this is what is like exciting me. And that's wherein you can make your career. So it's always good. LinkedIn, all the social media platforms at the moment.
Yeah.
be on it, and I would say technology is the future for sure, right? And these all have to be, these are all part and parcel of your journey.
Yeah. And one more question about your business. Through the constantly changing markets, how are you being adaptable in it?
Yeah, that's needed in any business to be.
Yeah.
Now the markets are more changing every day in and day out. Earlier there used to be a slow change in the trend, but now the trends are changing. Like something which was being used till yesterday, it's not necessary that today people will use, because something new might come up and that's completely obsolete. Like we don't know when we have used the last cameras, right? So it's all our mobile phones have taken over the camera business. So it's something like that. In our business, at least to the business which we are into right now, or earlier when we were there in the agri-commodity space, food has to be food, that will continue.
Yeah.
In our business, painting industry or the construction related products, what we do apart from the painting, we also do sanitary, we also do some other construction related materials business. So what we see is that if there is any new technology which is coming up, we need to adapt to that. We need to constantly learn. That's the only way. So provide a new solution to what it is already been there will help you be in the market. For example, Jotun paints, they have the biggest R&D center in India right now. And for them, every day in and day out, they're coming out with new products.
Yeah.
They're showcasing that earlier, the weathers are changing. So with the weather changing patterns, now how do we change the paint so that it will not impact, the weathers will not impact. So in nowadays, for example, it's with so much heat, suddenly you will have a heavy rainfall.
Yeah.
So for the texture, for the paint which is there on the wall, sudden heat to cold, the transformation is happening in hours, right?
Yeah.
So the paint has to sustain that. So why Jotun has been sustained in the Middle East is because of one such reason. Because the quality is as per the demand of the weather, that they're making a product which is suitable to the weather conditions there. So yeah, change has to be there. That's very much needed. If we stick to what we have been doing for years, it might be working out for you for all these years. Not necessarily it will work out for you in the future.
Yeah.
So you need to see whether the demand for your product will still continue to be there, or the competition has come out with a new solution to it.
True. So you have to be aware
You
always.
have to be aware all the time, on your toes, looking out for new innovations.
Yeah.
Or maybe I would say keep learning. That's the only
Innovation is the key to success.
solution. Yes, that's all it is.
So since it's a business, risks are involved and challenges are there. So what is your biggest risk till now?
See, risks and challenges, I would say, will be there for sure in any business, wherever you go, how big you become or how large you're already there.
Yeah.
So every day you will face challenges. Be it your supply chain challenges, logistic challenges, your employees challenges, market, weather conditions, some war happening in China or Israel will also impact your business somewhere or the other. Yeah, not in our business. It is very common that challenge and risk has to be the part and parcel of your life. So as big you become or as large you are, you still will have challenges every day in and day out. So in our business, what we feel, one thing is about dependency. If you're dependent on something, dependent on X, that X is always a challenge for you. If that X doesn't solve your requirement, you'll get stuck. So for example, in our business, let's catch up on our paint business. So our dependency is on Jotun because they are the manufacturers of the product. So if there is any issue in the supply chain from Jotun, our whole business gets disrupted, right?
True.
So how do we overcome them? So we are looking out for opportunities in terms of getting into distributorship for other brands also. So that's in our next course of journey, that we will have at least 1 or 3 backup for us. So in case if there is any issue with Jotun or an alternate, so that the business continues. So likewise, for every challenge, we need to look out for what's our plan B. So if that plan B is clear with us, you will obviously overcome those challenges. And I said, learning will always help to know what are the other ways to solve the particular challenge you face.
Since our channel is Desi Business Chats, we can talk in Hindi also. And abhi my दूसरा question is, now my age people, कोई बच्चे who want to become entrepreneurs, they want to be their own boss from a young age. तो आपको लगता है कि like हम सबको directly business में जाना चाहिए, or is it necessary to be an employee before being someone's boss?
See, जरूरी नहीं है कि journey has to be learning and then doing your own entrepreneurship. But the thing is how knowledgeable you are at the moment, or how much experience you had at least in your initial stages of life. Let's say for example, आज हमने businesses देखे ही नहीं है, हम direct कल जाकर एक business खोल लें. Unless and until you have created something or innovated something new, which is like the first time in the world people have seen, you can start with maybe direct launching that product.
Yeah.
But I would say age has become easier. It is not necessary that you have to be 25 or 30 years old to get into business. There's nothing as such. For example, आजकल आप Shark Tank देखते हो. So I think that is one thing. I would recommend all the people to watch Shark Tank.
Yeah.
At least to understand how businesses are viewed. When people out there and sitting, not only Shark Tank India, you can also visit the Shark Tank US, which is the original one, and you see how business gets evaluated and what are the investors looking at in a business.
Yeah.
So then आज अपने को पता चलेगा कि क्या अपने business में वो है बात, ताकि अगर कल कोई business हमें किसी को बेचना भी है, whether will he be intended to buy in our business or not? Because if you have to become large, at one point in time you will come where you would need investors.
Correct.
Unless and until it's a very small or level of business which you can fund by your own,
there
will be some limitation, right? Even Ambanis would need investors at the moment, right? It's not that they also don't need any investors. So I would say starting a business, obviously the prior experience wherever you work, if you are getting a good opportunity, maybe few years or couple of 6 months, 8 months, 12 months would be helpful for you to understand how corporates work. But that opportunity has to be relevant. It's not that you work somewhere just in one particular department and you say, okay, I've worked 12 months in this particular department and now I'll be able to get to business. It's not like that.
Yeah.
At least let's say in my example, working as an auditor, auditing different industries, and auditing in Wholesome, I was able to see how the sales were happening, the purchases are happening, how is the fixed investment, how is the fixed asset, how is the working capital being handled, how is the HR handling. So all in Wholesome we were able to get an overview of the business, right?
Yeah.
And that to 20 such businesses. So that helped me in solving all the minor issues which will come in our business.
Correct.
Because I've seen, okay, what the other good companies are doing, let's replicate those. Why reinvent the wheel for such thing which has already been done, right?
Correct.
So that will be helpful. But as I said, let's say you see the Shark Tank latest season, you will see, I would say, at least some 30-40 of kids in the range of 20 to 25 years are doing businesses now.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's good. I would say it will not stop you in the early ages to do business. But try to find out a product or a category which should relate to your strength and passion. It's not that everyone can do every business. So make out that where is the passion and strength you have and what is the value addition you are getting by doing this business. If it is a pure trading business, the big guys will take over today or later. Like you've seen what happened with Alibaba, right? So there's no more Alibaba because those are just trading businesses. So that will not last longer because some big guy will come and take over your business.
Yeah, that is always the risk.
That's always the risk. So better is to see where is the value addition we can do in the category.
To make the product better.
Not to have your say in the business.
Okay.
आज मैं कुछ ऐसा दे रहा हूँ मेरे कस्टमर को जो उसको चाहिए और मैं वो ऐड करके दे रहा हूँ.
अच्छा.
ऐसा नहीं कि मैं किसी से लेके सिर्फ दे रहा हूँ, right? That is called pure trading.
Yeah.
So pure trading is basically, as on today, I would say pure trading is like a financial business. It's no more a business.
Yeah.
You're basically
transporting
and you're sort of putting your money on finance to do the business.
Correct.
That's the interest what you're earning. Profit is nothing but your interest. So here in a business, what is the value addition you're doing?
Yeah.
In manufacturing, you take raw material, you get the final output. What is the value addition? You're making raw material to a processed product.
Yes.
So like that, what is the value addition in your business? That's the key for you to sustain in the business along.
Correct. Okay. Abhi, let's come to that about your business. You being a chartered accountant and also businessman.
Yeah.
Does sometimes ज़्यादा हो जाता है?
नहीं, in fact, चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट होने की वजह से काफी चीजें आसान हो जाती हैं.
Okay.
ज़्यादा नहीं होता है. Why? Because see, whatever you learn in your in your studies.
Yeah.
Be it chartered accountancy, be it your company secretary you do, or you do engineering, or you got your MBA you do.
Yeah.
Somewhere or the other, it will help you in your journey of life. That's very clear. There's rocket science behind that. So how chartered accountancy is helping in my business? Obviously, chartered accountancy has made me learn so many things in terms of valuing, in terms of your costing, in terms of overall seeing the numbers of your business.
Yeah.
So I know how to read the financials, right? So that is helping me that my accountant will not make me fool, right? I can see the financials, I can see that okay, what is wrong and what is right.
Yeah.
So, and it is always helpful. So CA has been, I would say, the backbone of me in my business or anything. So that will make you more and more confident in your business. And also when you pitch in your business to someone, when he sees that a professional is handling the business versus a layman is handling business, someone would want to deal with a professional is handling
That
business.
makes sense, yeah.
So
A professional is better.
So I would say first, getting into any business, first become a professional. Take up whatever degree you want to do. Learn till the point that you're saying that now learning is done for me, let me execute now.
Yeah.
Till the point, keep learning. And obviously learning will continue even when you're doing execution. So I completed my CS after I joined Ernst & Young. I completed my diploma in IFRS when I was in when I was in Dubai. So obviously keeping learning day in and day out will keep you updated. So it will help you in all your aspects.
Now, what advice would you give your 20-year-old self? भी देना ही है तो क्या दोगे? 20-year-old self or whatever you have for our budding entrepreneurs who will be watching this video.
See, advice from my side. आजकल के बच्चे बहुत ज़्यादा I would say जल्दी से ideas change हो रहे हैं.
हाँ.
Markets are changing. Everything is changing. So you need to have, I would say, persistency, for example. So whatever you are doing, be persistent. Continue to do the same thing. It's not that आज ये किया अभी नहीं मुझे नहीं समझ में आ रहा मैं कल ये कर दूँ. 6 महीने मैंने टाइम वेस्ट कर दिया, लग रहा है कि कुछ हो नहीं पा रहा है. Let's try something new.
Focus नहीं है.
Focus नहीं है and difficulties will be there in every business. So if you just keep on trying things, you will never succeed anywhere.
Yeah.
So maybe first, before getting into things, understand your own strengths and passion. Unless and until you know that, okay, what I personally want to do or get into which space. I am a guy who wants to work in a AC office. I only understand luxury. I only understand this thing. You cannot go and put up a farmland, right?
Yeah.
And see, because you have to go in the hearts and see how your farms are operating.
Yeah.
So likewise, if you are a hardcore guy, you know you like traveling, you will choose jobs or you will choose businesses where you can end up traveling. So understand your own strengths and be persistent in what you're doing. And I would say with so much social media data available, with now chat GPTs and AIs of the world, life has become much more easier, I would say.
Yes.
So use that. Technology has to be the base for whatever you're doing. In your business, there has to be a technology element.
Yeah.
If that is not there, now or later, your business might become redundant.
True.
So have the technology angle. Learn something related to AI in the initial stages of your life itself. Like in my earlier stages, they used to say this 1-0 you need to understand, right? What's your binary number?
Yeah, binary.
So those are the basics now. Though at that point it was not very relevant that everyone has to know. Today you need to know what is that.
True.
Because 10 years down the line, you never know where we are all gonna be. You might be in flying cars or what. So that's where you need to understand what is tech about.
Yeah.
We have to have some techie person inside us for sure.
Yes.
You cannot say I don't know how to operate these things. That's nowhere it will lead to.
True.
So learn some good tech-based platforms. Learn what is AI. Get involved. For example, even today, ChatGPT has gone such ahead.
Yeah.
Many people don't even know how they can use that in their business.
Yeah.
Day in and day out, people are using ChatGPT in their regular businesses now.
Yeah.
So that's that has made a lot of things easier.
Yes, correct.
Let's use that.
So I know you also use ChatGPT a lot.
Yeah.
So has it made your life simpler?
Yes. See, many things. In fact, I would say all my accountants and other people, why waste time when something is already there?
Yeah.
Pick up the matter, put up in ChatGPT, you get the answer of that. Writing lengthy emails, for example.
Yeah.
Use your ChatGPT. As simple as that. And people are using for even coding these days, what I've heard.
Yeah.
Why don't we use in our day-to-day thing?
Right.
So preparing seminars, you can get a base, then redo it as per your what do you call way of looking at it. But at least you don't have to start from the scratch, right? And wasting your so much time, which is already readily available. Let's use that.
And what advice would you give to your 20-year-old self?
To my own 20 years, is I should have maybe be a little more techie. I was not. So now we are hiring people to do that stuff, which maybe I would have done on my own. So, and don't stop learning. That is one biggest thing. Maybe reading books is one very simple thing.
Yeah.
Meeting people is the key. So, yeah, that's my 2 bits from my side.
And last question for the day.
Yeah.
How would you describe yourself in like one sentence?
Describe myself.
Yeah.
So, in one sentence, I would describe myself. I would say I'm a dedicated person, looking at opportunities every day.
Yeah.
And open to ideas from people.
Yes.
And a good to go with person. Easy to go with person, I would say.
I would say that truly correct.
So that's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much for the interview.
Yep. Thank you so much, Riddhima. This was very interesting, and all the very best for your journey. I'm excited to see where this takes you in your future.
Yeah.
So maybe one fine day we could see you on TV interviewing someone. Yeah. All the very best.
Thank you.
And God bless. Thank you.